Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. It's the second round of the Lamar Hunt 2014 U.S. Open Cup Soccer Tournament. Tonight here in Richmond, it's the Richmond Kickers taking on RVA FC. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Neville, and the key player for the Richmond Kickers coming into tonight's contest is their leading scorer, George Davis IV. He has scored 5 goals. Also, he's collected 1 assist. He's got 11 points to lead the way for the Kickers. Meanwhile, RVA FC is led by Ryan Zinkin. He plays college ball at the University of Virginia. He's a midfielder. He's a very dangerous striker from the midfield position for RVA FC. This is the first ever meeting between the Kickers and RVA FC, and it's the second round of the Lamar Hunt 2014 U.S. Open Soccer Cup Tournament. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening kickoff of tonight's matchup here at Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond, Virginia.
At this time, would you all please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome back, Sports Backers Stadium in the city of Richmond, Virginia, as we get you ready for the second round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup matchup featuring the Richmond Kickers and RVA FC. Starting lineups for the Kickers this evening: Joe Willis will be in goal. Sasha Gores starting on the defense, along with the very solid William Yambi, Alex Lee, and Mike Callahan also starting on defense. Luke Vercoloni, the midfielder, along with Samuel Asante, Hugh Roberts also starting in the midfield, Shea Spitz, and the forwards are George Davis IV and Jason Yaisley. The head coach, of course, is Lee Collishaw for the Richmond Kickers. And for RVA FC, here's a look at their starting lineup. Bill Groban will be in goal. Also Garrett Harvey and Steve Gandy on defense, along with Patrick Foss and Zach Carroll. Dakota Barnathan is in the midfield along with Todd Wharton, Luis Rendon, Justin Grove, Ryan Zinkin, as we mentioned in the pregame, and Manel Bell also starting for the RVA FC. The referees for tonight's matchup, it'll be Charles Carson, the referee. Assistant referee is Bill Dittmar, and Danny Thornberry is also the assistant referee. The fourth referee on site this evening is James Walker. As I mentioned, this is the first matchup ever between these two. In fact, for RVA FC, they're getting ready to start their second season in the National Premier Soccer League, and they had a pretty successful season to kick things off last year as they won the Mid-Atlantic Division and were also the NPSL champions, knocking off Sonoma County Seoul 2-0 in the championship and finishing with an unbeaten record of 10-0-2 last season. The Kickers, this is their 16th appearance in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup soccer tournament, and they've done very well in this tournament. They currently are in the third place in the USL Pro League standings, and as I mentioned, their 16th season. And this season in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup tournament, a record 80 teams are taking part. It's last season, it was a then record 68 teams that took part in this very prestigious tournament, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup tournament. And there's a look at head coach Lee Collishaw. He's been with the Kickers from the beginning when the Kickers were formed in 1993. He played for the squad until 1999 and became their first and so far only coach that they've had. And there is Grover Gibson, the head coach for RVA FC. And as I mentioned, what a season they had a year ago in their premier debut in the NPSL, winning the league title after taking first in the Mid-Atlantic Division, and again capping off a 10-0-2 mark last season in winning the championship in the NPSL. Mike Neville along with you, proud that we're along with you on U.S. Soccer presenting this contest, and the winner of tonight's contest will play either Ocean City Nor'easters out of the PDL League or the New York Greek American Atlas, the USASA, and the winner will either travel to Ocean City or host New York. And there's this is one of 24 second-round games that are being played tonight across the country, as 48 of the 80 teams entered into the U.S. Open Cup are in action this evening. Look at Mike Callahan for the Richmond Kickers. The Kickers are going to be in the red uniforms on your screen, and of course it'll be RVA FC in the home white. As you look at the RVA FC getting ready to kick off with Manel Bell, and we are underway from Sports Backers Stadium in the city of Richmond, Virginia. And going with a long ball down the sideline, Yambi will head that for the Kickers. And that one went off of number 8, Justin Grove, and out of play. And a throw in for the Kickers. As I mentioned, Richmond has had tremendous success in this Open Cup, and they're going to have quite a challenge tonight by a very good RVA FC team in this matchup here at Sports Backers Stadium. Ball knocked around and finally controlled momentarily. Now Callahan pushes it over. Ball is flicked down, but nicely defended by RVA FC. Down the line now, it's possession. And that was Manel Bell playing it off. Now off on the far side, looking for some room to operate. And here's Wharton, Todd Wharton, a very solid player for RVA FC. And now the Kickers trying to strike back, and Groban out of the goal bobbled it as he had a challenge from Jason Yeisley. But Groban's able to come up with it and keep it out of harm's way. There's a look at Groban, the goalkeeper. He is the James Madison University goalkeeper. As RVA FC now in possession. And here is Rendon dropping it off to his teammate. That's Patrick Foss. Plays his college soccer at UVA. And now the ball played all the way back to Groban in goal. Just underway from Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond. We're scoreless And this the second round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. This is the game of the round right here. And that ball is going to be a throw-in for the Kickers. And right now the ball is on the wide side. And overrunning the ball that time. And now it's cleared off a kicker. It'll be a throw-in for the RVA FC. Steve Gandy will throw it in for RVA FC. Gandy looking for somebody to throw it to. And right now it's controlled by the Kickers. On the far side. Good challenge that time from RVA FC. And we got a whistle. And it might be a little bit too aggressive on the challenge. So the Kickers have it. See number 11 there. That's Manel Bell for RVA FC. Bell had what turned out to be the game-winning goal in that championship game last season in the NPSL championship matchup with Sonoma County Seoul, which ended up being a 2-0 win for RVA FC. So here's a free kick opportunity for the Kickers. Into the box, and Groban handles that without much of a challenge and will punt it away for RVA FC. Yambi plays it ahead for the Kickers. Trying to control it near midfield. He is RVA FC. Now Richmond, the Kickers have it. Ball played at midfield. Looking wide. And possession now. Here's a ball chipped into the box. And again, Groban will handle that with ease. As number 27 chipped that in. And now Groban kicking it away. And that ball rolls harmlessly to Willis in goal for the Kickers. Keeping the restart going now. Ball flicked away by RVA FC. Dropped off, and that play was read by Spitz. And there's a whistle and a foul against Luis Rendon, as Alex Lee took a bump and went down. Both these teams have very passionate fan bases. I'm sure they'll be on display here tonight at Sports Backers Stadium. Lee taking a look now, pounding it down the middle. Chested down and flicked down, but good defense that time from RVA FC. As Wharton touches it back in their own end of the field. Looking for a whistle, but no call on Sasha Gorez. The RVA FC player was looking for a trip. I believe that was Wharton, number 7. Battle for the ball as Vercoloni is battling. Now Callahan nudges it forward for the Kickers. And now Bell drops it back. And we got a whistle and a foul as the RVA FC player was taken down. So an opportunity here for RVA FC near midfield. And taking a look. Now the kick into the box. And Willis will field that with no problem. A little breezy out, so some of these kicks in the air, especially the direction that RVA FC is going, are going to carry a little bit more than the direction that the Kickers are going. It looks like the wind is in the Kickers' face. And I think that ball that was hit right there a moment ago by RVA FC was carried a little deeper than what the RVA FC wanted. So here's Garrett Harvey now, and getting ready to throw it in now. He hands it off to number 3, Patrick Foss. And that ball is out of play. And it'll be a throw in for Alex Lee and the Kickers. We're scoreless. Here's Shea Spitz playing it over to Yambi near midfield for the Kickers. Getting a good challenge. Zinkin was challenging. And now the ball chested down and knocked out of play by Luis Rendon for RVA FC. As Grover Gibson, the coach of RVA FC, said in an interview leading up to this contest, he said, quote, "We're new age. RVA is the new hip team. Kickers have been around for 22 years, unquote." That's pretty much sums up this matchup tonight here at Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond. So Mike Callahan now will tee it up for the Kickers on the free kick opportunity. See how the Kickers do on this set piece. Callahan chipping it towards the box. Groban way out, but well played by Groban. So far in the early going, Groban showing very good aggressiveness coming off his line and handling balls in the air. Groban directing traffic. As mentioned, he goes to James Madison University. And that ball is knocked away. It'll be a throw-in for RVA FC, and it's going to be Foss taking it, number 3. Off to Wharton. Very solid player, Todd Wharton. He plays his college soccer at UVA. Here's Wharton now dropping it back. On the far side, ball nudged forward, but it was played nicely by Callahan. And now Yaisley with an opportunity. Jason Yaisley across midfield for the Kickers, now getting a challenge. Good challenge that time from number 11, Manel Bell. And Yaisley had to, that was actually Chase Bitts that had to hurry his possession a little bit, and it forced the turnover and the throw in for RVA FC. Good challenge. Now here comes RVA FC on the run. Ball played in, nicely done. And Zinkin couldn't quite catch up with that beautiful through ball, and Yambi takes it away. And Yambi, his clearing attempt, good hustle that time by Rendon for RVA FC. Here's a look again at that beautiful ball that went through, and just a little bit too much on it, as Zinkin just couldn't quite catch up to it. And nice job by Yambi, who's one of the top defenders in USL Pro. And then you see good hustle by Rendon not to give up on the play for RVA FC. And that ball's going to over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for RVA FC. And Zach Carroll was trying to track that down for RVA FC, but decided better against it, let it slide over the sideline. And we have a whistle, and another foul has been detected. Sports Backers Stadium here in Richmond, Virginia. We're scoreless. This is the second round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It's the game of the round. Right now, possession belongs to Patrick Foss as he was getting ready for the free kick for RVA FC. Let's see if the wind carries this ball like the last free kick they had. See, again, Willis, and we got a whistle, flags up, I believe, for the offside. So Willis will set it down and get the restart going for the Kickers. But I believe the wind is having an effect on some of those set pieces for RVA FC. Here's Lee laying it off to Spitz. And that ball eluded Asante. And now pressure from the Kickers. The ball's dropped back to Groban in goal for RVA FC. Rendon headed that, and he headed it right to Yambi. He pushes it over to Callahan. Callahan rolls it over to Lee. Lee touching it towards the middle, but perfectly placed defensively was RVA FC. That was number 15, Carroll. And here comes RVA FC now trying to mount an offensive attack. Ball slid back. There's Carroll taking a look. And that ball sailed over Rendon's head out of play to be a throw in for the Kickers. Good look at Luis Rendon. He plays his college soccer at Duke. Here's Spitz rolling it off to Callahan. ACC well represented this evening in this matchup. Here's a ball played wide and taking a look. Ball into the middle and headed away. And now Callahan gently nudges it over. Here's Lee. He's got some space to operate. May looking to get a shot away and decides to just try to shovel a pass through. It didn't make it. Well defended again by RVA FC. Here's Spitz. Nice ball to Yeisley. Yeisley looking for the cross, and he hits it out of play. It'll be a goal kick for RVA FC. Look at Jason Yeisley. Coming back from a very serious concussion. He's only been back with the Kickers for a couple of weeks as he dealt with those concussion issues. Something that every sport now is really taking a hard look at. If you have any kind of symptoms, concussion-like symptoms, they are going to sit you. Some are obviously more severe than others. And Lee had his pocket picked on a nice play that time from number 11, Bell, but then here's Asante. And that ball is poked away by RVA FC. Hugh Roberts tried to play it for Richmond, the Kickers that is. And a whistle and a foul against Manel Bell as he and Lee kind of get acquainted. Here's another look at the replay. You can see the battle right there. And, oh, well, they're going to whistle the RVA FC player, but Lee certainly got a shot in as well. They whistled Bell for that foul. And now Groban coming way out. Of course, he can't play it out of the box with his hand, so he just kicks it out of play and a throw-in. Looking for the quick restart. Here's Richmond. Here's George Davis the fourth. He went down. And the Kickers will have a throw-in. Wasn't sure if George Davis the fourth was offsides there a moment ago because he was behind the defense, but the official, so the assistant referee on that side said, nope, he's onside. So here's Spitz getting ready to throw it in for the Richmond Kickers. Strong throw into the box, and it's settled down. Looking for some help, and now dropping it off to Alex Lee. Lee pushes it wide to Spitz. Spitz looking to challenge. Does. Down he goes, no call. Referee might have thought that Spitz embellished that a little bit. And here's Roberts playing it over now. Gorez taps it to Callahan, gets the return pass, and then Sasha puts it near the box. And here's an opportunity, and that shot went wide from Jason Yeisley. Or excuse me, that was Spitz. 1-2-7, not 1-7. So Groban will get the goal kick for RVA FC. This matchup here at Sports Backers Stadium. The game of the round, second round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup for 2014. As I mentioned earlier, 80 teams, a record 80 teams taking part this year in this very prestigious tournament. The Kickers, the only team from Virginia to win the U.S. Open Cup. That occurred back in, it was 1995. So here's Roberts. He'll play it back to Willis in goal. Willis directing traffic. And now Willis still in possession for the Kickers. Long kick. Battle for that 50-50 ball. Now Callahan flicks it over for Spitz. Here's Lee heading it down. Now Rendon for UVA FC tried to hook up with his teammate Justin Grove, but failed to connect. Ball was played over, and it'll be a free kick for RVA FC as Stephen Gandy was trying to play it and was fouled. Ball played on the far side. Now drop back to Gandy. Ball flicked on. And Wharton trying to hold possession, but was unable to. Good challenge here, and a nice steal, little nice heel pass off to Zinkin. Zinkin to Wharton. Wharton's looking. Played it three, got the return pass. Nice little give and go. And the cross, and it's flicked away. It'll be a throw in for RVA FC. Nice build-up that time by RVA FC. With some nice passing. Here's a look at the very nice build-up here by RVA FC. Right here, good passing. And then the cross, you can see, trying to hook up with Rendon and Lee. He's fortunate he was able to get a header on that. That ball was heading right for Luis Rendon. We're back now with the live action. Patrick Foss battling for that ball for RVA FC. That ball was flicked on, but good defense that time. Well done by Garrett Harvey. And that ball is going to go off to the side. It'll be a throw in for the Kickers. Here's Lee. And that ball's headed out of play. It'll be another throw in for Lee. Drops it off to Spitz, gets the return pass. Misconnected with Spitz, but it's Richmond still, the Kickers still in possession. Here's George Davis the fourth near midfield off to Yambi. Yambi taking a look, and his pass failed to hook up on the far side. And the ball played back. Ooh, dangerously. Good challenge that time. Yambi battling for the Kickers. He was battling Manel Bell for that 50-50 ball. Throw in for the Kickers. And we're going to do it again, says the referee. Again, Charles Carson is our referee this evening. Here's Gorez throwing it in for the Kickers. Here's Roberts settling. Hugh Roberts taking a look, now chipping it forward. And that ball is headed out of play. Good pressure from the Kickers forced that. As Garrett Harvey had to get rid of it quickly. So here's Spitz. Had a very strong throw in the last time he was down in this territory. See Groban in goal there, checking out. Now there's a line drive throw, and it's headed over the, well, he's going to catch it. Yaisley keeps it in play. It's actually Yaisley, not Spitz, that had that throw in. And Yaisley is going to throw it in again. Yaisley's throw. Here's to Callahan. Callahan maneuvers around one defender, still with it. Drops it off to George Davis the fourth. He tried to chip it through, well defended that time. As Zach Carroll got in the way of that pass for RVA FC. They're doing a nice job defending so far in this early going. Here's Lee. Lets it roll over to Asante. He takes a look. He's trying to hook up long. But again, well positioned. Well played forward. Lee to Asante. And his pass, nice read that time. I believe that was number 14, Harvey. Yep. And the ball's back to Harvey, and he'll just look for some help, and he finds it. As number 15 was there. Zach Carroll. And Roberts is able to win that 50-50 ball from Bell. Ball played ahead. Two RVA FC players come together. Here's Yaisley dropping it off. Ball chipped ahead, and Groban again very aggressive off his line. Reads it perfectly. Gets the counter going for RVA FC. Here's Wharton. Little stutter step move to midfield, still in possession. Rolls it ahead, beautiful ball. And cut off at the last minute by Sasha Gorez. The veteran was able to nullify that, but again, Todd Wharton with some nice dribbling and dropped it off. But Gorez was able to read that. So here's RVA FC near midfield. Ball played ahead for Grove. Ooh, a dangerous ball there. And possession for RVA FC. And here is Harvey. Wharton will play it back now. As RVA FC in possession. Ball played back to Groban. Outside the box, maneuvers around Yaisley, and then hammers it near the Richmond goal, and Yambi calmly flicks it back to his goalkeeper, Joe Willis. Willis again surveying the field. And the ball is controlled. Well, here comes an opportunity. Nice run here. Ball played off to Asante. Asante's got a overlap from Alex Lee. Lee gets the pass. And here's Asante into the middle of the field, and Spitz will just keep rolling it over on the far side. Here's Gorez. Gorez playing it. Ball chipped ahead. And the ball's hammered out of there by RVA FC. Spitz doing battle for the Kickers, but the ball is won by RVA FC. Here's Wharton now playing it off nicely on the near side. Ball's controlled by Foss. Back to Wharton. He flicks it ahead. A little miscommunication. And here's Asante. Off to Vercoloni. He's quickly double-teamed. Ball's put near midfield for George Davis IV. He lays it off. Callahan off to Gorez as the Richmond Kickers try to build their offense now. Here's Davis IV. Back to Gorez. Now to Vercoloni. Vercoloni takes a look. Plays it wide to Asante. Asante again with an overlap from Lee, and he finds him. Here's Lee looking for a cross. Off to Asante. He takes a look. And that ball is chested down. Couldn't quite hook up with George Davis IV. And here's Foss now. And he'll drop it back to Gandy. There's a foot race now. Yambi being challenged, but ball played back to Hugh Roberts. Off to Lee. Back to Roberts. Roberts with all kinds of time. Plays it ahead. Nice run here. Here's Spitz trying to go wide for Asante, but a little bit too much, and that'll be a goal kick for Groban. And there's some of the Kickers faithful that have made their way over from City Stadium here to Sports Backers Stadium, hoping that their team will be able to pull out a victory tonight. But right now, RVA FC and the Richmond Kickers are scoreless. Here's Groban. His goal kick. Callahan really got up that time to win that header. Ball played forward by RVA FC. Here's Rendon. He misconnected with his teammate. Trying to hook up that time with number 6, Varnathan. Here's a drop-off shot. Blocked. Zach Carroll blocked that shot at the last minute. Here's an opportunity, though. Shot another block. Here's Callahan. Tried to play it wide, but Gandy's there for RVA FC. Off to Zinkin. And now Zinkin in possession. Getting a little challenge from George Davis IV. Here's Gandy. Off to Wharton. And he was trying to hook up with Zinkin, but chipped over his head and out of play. Throw in for the Kickers in the restart. A couple of nice block shots by RVA FC, nullifying opportunities from the Kickers. Ball played wide to Lee. He drops it off to Spitz. Spitz now to Roberts. And Yambi at midfield. He's got some time and space. Plays it wide to Gorez. And Sasha. Good ball here to Spitz. He's got Lee on the overlap. Here's Lee again. Got time. Chips it into the box. Here's an opportunity. Shot and a goal from Asante. Samuel Asante from Alex Lee. Lee's been having some opportunities on that wide side, or excuse me, on the near side. And he put a perfectly placed cross right to the little guy, Samuel Asante. And he headed it down, which is the right thing to do. Here's a look at the replay. See how Lee, nice and patient, and then just floats one and unmarked, and Samuel Asante is able to bang it down. Here it is again from field level. Beautiful ball. And again, see how Asante at the last minute slipped by his mark, and again, instead of heading that ball straight on, he headed it down past the diving Groban, and the Richmond Kickers have themselves a 1-0 advantage. As you look at Samuel Asante, one of the smaller players on the field, but he was certainly big there. Here's Isley off on the far side. Here's Gorez. He'll play it all the way back to Yambi. So that goal came in about the 25th minute unofficially. Here's Spitz trying to play it ahead. Well defended. Here's a drop off to Grove, number 8. Now Wharton plays it off. Ball played long. Lee gets a head on it. And it'll be a throw in for the Richmond Kickers. So here is Spitz playing it ahead. Again, the overlap here. This time it's Asante. He's got some room here on the near side looking. And a strong cross. Nicely defended that time by Groban. As Asante probably wanted to put that a little further away from the goalkeeper, who was off his line, but Groban read that perfectly for RVA FC. A good look at the goalkeeper, Bill Groban, as the ball is played back to him from Harvey. Long ball flicked on, and Lee is going to settle it momentarily, and he turned it over. Here's an opportunity. Rendon now for RVA FC trying to get around Roberts, and Roberts was able to slide and get a piece of that cross. And here's RVA FC now trying to mount a challenge. Here's Foss. Going to be a throw in for RVA FC. Ball played on the far side. Nice stab that time. I believe it was Callahan, and that gets the Kickers trying to go, but well defended that time. And here's an opportunity for Rendon, and he's unable to keep it in play. So a throw in for the Richmond Kickers. They lead at 1-0. Samuel Asante's goal so far is the difference in this first half. In the second round of the U.S. Open Cup, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game of the round. And the ball is nudged forward. Here's an opportunity. There's a shot, and Willis is able to easily handle that. That shot came from Grove, Justin Grove, number 8. So here's Willis. Punts it away. Ball settled. Played to Asante. Asante's got some space. Takes a look. Now he's going to play it on the far side. Here's Gorez towards the middle. We're going to have our first corner kick of the night. As Sasha Gorez is crossed. There's a look at Groban. So Callahan will take this corner kick for Richmond, the Kickers. Yambi moves up from his defender position. He's a tall target, number 2 for the Kickers. Yaisley's a pretty big target as well, number 17. You see Callahan lining it up. And they go with a short corner. Here's Gorez. He takes a peek. Puts it into the box, and it's punched away by Groban. Still on the... Oh, Yaisley couldn't get a turn. Did a nice job of settling the ball, but couldn't get away from his defender as he was well marked. Here's Roberts now trying to keep it in play, and does for the Kickers. And it's... Oh, now they're saying it's not in play. So a throw in for the Richmond Kickers. Let's look at George Davis, the 4th leading goal scorer. Now they're saying it's a corner kick. So 2 straight corners now for the Richmond Kickers. The first one was on the far side. This one's on the near side. And again, they go with kind of a short corner. The drop back to George Davis, the 4th, into the box. And that one curved out of play. It'll be a goal kick for RVA FC. I think George Davis, the 4th, wanted to do better with that opportunity. So Groban getting ready for the goal kick. Near midfield, and George Davis, the 4th, heads that down. And that ball well defended. Harvey playing very well in the back for RVA FC here in this opening half. Good challenge there, but still going with it is Foss. Patrick Foss down the near side. And his pass eluded his teammate. Here's Callahan. That was dangerous because Manel Bell was in the area, but it gets to Yambi, and he calmly plays it to Willis, who quickly gets it over to Roberts, and now back to Willis as the Richmond Kickers try to get the counterattack moving. Yambi now with the long ball for Lee. Lee, another strong run here on the near side. Quick cross. Groban couldn't get a hand on it, but he's bailed out on a nice play by his defender. That could have been dangerous. Here's Gores spinning away from Zinkin. Plays it wide for Asante. Just a little bit too much on it. It'll be a throw in for RVA FC. Dangerous opportunity. Let's take a look at it again here as Groban, right, great shot from field level and the cross, and you see he just well defended that time. And good patience by number 15, Zach Carroll. Didn't panic and bailed his goalkeeper out. So here's Willis now, off to Roberts. Roberts taking a look. Off to George Davis IV, gently back to Roberts, and he'll sweep it over to Yambi. Back to Roberts. Roberts has got all kinds of time as Yambi also surveys the field, plays it ahead, and a whistle and a foul, that time against Gandy. And is that going to, that's going to draw a yellow card. Gandy's not happy about it. Stephen Gandy, the defender, plays his college soccer at University of Virginia. See it again here. This is what drew the yellow card on Gandy. See Yambi with the pass ahead, and right there takes him down. That was Asante that he took down. And our referee, Charles Carson, wasted no time in going to the plastic. There's the ball played to Asante. Back to Lee. Lee's got some pressure on him. Ooh, that's a dangerous. Good composure from Roberts that time. We saw it on the other side with RVA FC with Carroll's nice composure. Roberts didn't panic, and there's a foul right in front as Yaisley helps up Garrett Harvey. And now Foss will take the free kick for RVA FC as you look at Jason Yaisley. And Foss takes a look. And that ball sailed over, and they're going to get, I believe they're going to get Roberts. Yeah, he undercut him, and he's pleading his case, but that drew the ire of the Richmond Kickers fans as Manel Bell was taken down. So an opportunity here for Foss and RVA FC. Dangerous opportunity here for RVA FC. There's a look at Todd Wharton, former Virginia State Player of the Year. Curls that one, and Willis is able to handle that in the air. Gets the restart going. There's a look at Joe. And Todd Wharton. You just tell Wharton is just a solid player. Here's Callahan playing it wide for Alex Lee. Lee, nice job of chesting it down now. Maneuvers it ahead. Here's Asante to the box. Shot, save, and another shot and a goal. Beautiful job by Shea Spitz on the original shot. Groban made a terrific save, but he was out on an island by himself, and Spitz very calmly just nudged it into the back of the goal. And it's 2-0 as the Kickers strike again. Let's look at Shea. Here's another look at it. Again, Alex Lee gets this started. There's Asante. There's a nice header again right down, and you can see Groban coming out, but there were two kickers. I believe George Davis IV was the other kicker that was in the area. There's the head. Good, terrific reaction save. And there's the follow-up from Spitz as he calmly, and I think RVA FC was looking for an offsides flag. It never came up. And the Kickers enjoy a 2-0 advantage here late in the first half. We got a whistle. And a foul has been detected. So 2-0, Kickers on top. As RVA FC again thought the flag might have came up from the assistant referee, but no flag. And again, Spitz with some terrific composure after a terrific save by Groban on the first shot. There's a look at Shea. And instead of rushing, you'll see a lot of players rush that rebound opportunity and knock it wide, but he had no problem in finishing off that opportunity. And here's Asante trying to settle it. A collision, and I'm going to say Kickers with the throw in. And Callahan tried to get it over to Lee, still battling for that ball. And Lee. Throw in now for Rendon. Nope, Rendon's going to hand it off to Foss, I believe. Down the sideline, here's Manel Bell trying to catch up to that one, but Yambi will calmly play it back to Willis. And Willis quickly one touches it out near midfield. Here's Callahan. Oh, excuse me, Vercoloni. Up to George Davis the fourth. Wide open in the middle of Spitz. And he tried to slide it through to Yaisley. A little bit of contact, no call. And here's Rendon. He had his path blocked by Callahan. Here's Yambi now to Callahan. Takes a look. Off to Yaisley. Oh, nice move. Yaisley was able to flick it around the defender now to Lee. Lee back to Yaisley. He's got some time and space. Trying to crank up the shot. Does. And well, there was nobody there for the Kickers on the far post. Gandy got a head on it. Good hustle by RVA FC to keep it alive, but here's George Davis the fourth. Nice ball. Ooh, nice defense that time by Gandy as he read that little pass. Thought the Kickers had a couple of opportunities from about the 20-25 yard mark to crank up a shot, but instead of tried to work their way down into the box. And RVA FC has done a nice job of shutting that down the last minute or so. Here's Lee playing it back to Hugh Roberts. So Asante and Spitz with the goals for the Kickers as they lead it 2-0. Lee drops it off to to Asante, excuse me. Here's Spitz. Callahan getting some pressure, and that's going to force a turnover. And Gores read that pass. Here's Sasha Gores on the run. And his shot, and Groban kept it in play. He knocked it down with his right hand. Sasha Gores, the sneaky veteran. And Groban did a nice job of staying with that and keeping it in play. A lot of times that'll go over the end line for a corner kick, but again, Groban did a nice job of realizing there was no pressure from the Kickers. Callahan's taken down, no call. And Mike's looking for a call. Here's RVA FC. Ball played, and Lee first to that 50-50 opportunity. Here's Asante. Yaisley just missed sliding that one through. And here's the counter now from Rendon into the middle of the field. As Manel Bell had his pocket picked on a fine defensive play that time by Vercoloni. Ball played back to Yambi, and he'll calmly put it back to Joe Willis. It's the second round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game of the round here at Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. First ever meeting between the Richmond Kickers and RVA FC. And the Kickers own a 2-0 advantage here as we wind down this first half. Mike Neville along with you. Here's another replay of the opportunity. There's a shot, and boy, Groban, he's kind of off his line a little bit. There's another look at it, and again, see how he knew that there was No pressure from Richmond if he could have kept that ball in play, which he did. So a nice play by Groban. That was a sneaky shot from Sasha Gorez. I think he saw Groban coming off his line just a little bit and tried to sneak it in, but again, Groban made a nice play. Here's Callahan. Off to Spitz. Geisley making a run in the middle. And Gandy now battling Callahan. Here's Gorez again. Or excuse me, Vercoloni. Vercoloni weaving away from Carroll and drops it back to Gorez. Here's Vercoloni. Down to the end line with a cross, and that sailed over Asante's head. He keeps it in play. And now RVA FC with possession. Pass ahead, trying to flick it on quickly that time. It was Grove, number 8, and he just missed. Here's an opportunity. Good ball. Here's Spitz. He's got one already. Now he just rolls it off. Good run on the overlap from Gorez. George Davis, the 4th, whiffed on his shot attempt. And good help that time for RVA FC on the defensive side by Foss. Here's Roberts battling. And it'll be a throw in for RVA FC. Looking for Bell. He slides it over. Here's Grove now. Good pressure, but ball is played over on the far side. Gandy coming up now for RVA FC. Good ball into the box, and Willis again fields that in the air. There's a look at Stephen Gandy. Again, plays his college soccer at University of Virginia. Here's Roberts, winding down this first half. Possession now to Yambi. And the ball played back to Willis. Ball played ahead. Here's Asante. Back to Roberts. Here's Asante with some room. Plays it wide for Yeisley, and that went off of Yeisley. It'll be a throw in for RVA FC. And the restart. And a whistle and a foul as Foss was taken down. Ball played back now to Harvey. Off to Carroll. Taking a look. And that ball sails out of play. I mentioned that the Kickers have had quite a run of success in the U.S. Open Cup, reaching the 3rd round or better in each of the last 4 years of U.S. Open Cup play. Very impressive. Here's Lee with the throw in. Ball flicked away. Lee keeps it in play. And here's Harvey. Off to Foss, or excuse me, off to Zinkin. Now Wharton quickly goes wide to Gandy. Back to Ryan Zinkin. Off to Todd Wharton. Wharton with some time. And Harvey had it knocked off his foot. And here's Shea Spitz. Spitz on the run. And Shea Spitz now cranks one. Good save, and the follow-up and a goal from Jason Yeisley. Another terrific reaction save by Groban. But Yeisley making a nice run. Knocked it into the open net, and it's 3-0 Richmond Kickers. Good run by Shea Spitz to get that going. He came a long way on that run. And then the hard shot. Watch this good reaction save, but Yeisley was able to beat the RVA FC defenders. Here it is again. Long run for Spitz. A good hard shot. And look at Yeisley. Never give up on it. And then just left foots it into the open net. And just like that, the Kickers enjoy a 3-0 advantage here at the half. We just had the whistle, and that brings the end of the first half of this 2014 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game of the round number 2, as the Richmond Kickers enjoy a 3-0 advantage, getting that third goal right before the referee blew the whistle for the end of the first half. So we're going to step aside. You're watching coverage of the 2014 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup Stream of the Round. We'll be back with first half highlights and stats right after this short break. Welcome back, Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. It's the game of the round number 2 of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup 2014 soccer tournament. The Richmond Kickers on top 3-0 over RVA FC, and they had some terrific goals. Let's take a look at some of the highlights in this action, and this is the one at the tail end of the first half. A nice run by Shea Spitz, and then Yaisley following up on the rebound after a terrific save by Groban, Bill Groban in goal. And here's another opportunity, good initial save by Groban, but again, there's Shea Spitz as he calmly puts it in on the rebound. That made it a 2-0 advantage. Here's the first goal. Alex Lee calmly with the cross, and then again, Samuel Asante, beautiful job of slipping inside his defender and heading it straight down on the ground and past a diving Bill Groban. 3-0. The Richmond Kickers are on top. Let's take a look at some of the stats because you see 3-0. 7 shots on goal recorded by the Richmond Kickers. No shots for RVA FC. 4 saves for Groban, and I'll tell you, he's played well in goal. 7 fouls to 6. That's what it has been as far as the fouls handed out by our referee, Mr. Carson, Charles Carson. Again, it's the Richmond Kickers with the 3-0 advantage, and the big stat there, of course, is the 0 shots on goal from RVA FC. They defended well to start out the first half, but then as this half continued on, it was a very difficult time for them, and they're now down to the tune of 3-0 as the second half is now underway. Here's Vercoloni for the Richmond Kickers playing it over on the far side. Hanley is into the contest right there, number 9 for Richmond. And right now here's Callahan. We got a whistle and a foul to start the second half. Richmond Kickers, of course, in the red uniforms, as you can see with our graphic, and RVA FC in the homestanding white. Again, this is RVA FC's first appearance in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, and it's the 16th year that the Richmond Kickers have participated in this very prestigious tournament, which this year has a record number of teams taking part, 80 to be exact. That's an increase from 68, which was a record a year ago in the 100th anniversary of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. And 42 amateur teams are taking part in this tournament. There's the ball played there. By the way, the defending champ in the U.S. Open Cup is DC United of Major League Soccer. This soccer tournament has all, there's a look at Lee Collishaw there. Looks pretty relaxed, and why not? He's got himself a 3-0 advantage here as we start this second half at Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond. But as I was mentioning, this tournament, not only you've got USL Pro teams like the Richmond Kickers, you've got the NPSL teams like RVA FC, you've got MLS teams, you've got a number of different leagues and the teams that take part in this, as I mentioned, very prestigious tournament in its 101st year. As you look at Sasha Gores getting ready to throw it in for the Richmond Kickers. And leading up to this contest, we mentioned there's these two teams are very familiar with one another, even though this is their first meeting ever. But they are familiar because when you're in the, as Grover Gibson said in an interview, when you're in the soccer circle, it's a very short circle, so everybody knows everybody, and that's why it's a very intense rivalry, and I'm sure this is one that will probably continue. And again, it's an opportunity now for RVA FC. Trailing it here 3-0. There's the ball played wide. And across. And Gores is able to watch that one and track it down and control it. Plays it ahead on the ground. Here's Spitz. Off to Asante. He scored the first goal to get things rolling for the Kickers. Here's Jambi. The ball played back. Here's Gores. Sasha slipped and fell. Here's George Davis IV. He's went down, did a nice job of getting back up on the challenge that time from number 8 Grove for RVA FC. There's Jambi. Good pressure that time. Manel Bell with some good pressure from on Jambi. But again, Jambi very calm and cool. Was able to get it out of harm's way. Here's Francois. I believe I mistakenly called him Asante. That we've had a couple of substitutions. Hanley is in along with Francois for the Richmond Kickers. Bercoloni goes down, and he drew the foul. As we look at Luke. So the Kickers will have a free kick opportunity here. And Sasha Gores and Callahan are going to talk about it. This seems like it'd be a perfect opportunity for Sasha with the left foot. They put it down, and he quickly puts it into the middle of the box, but it's cleared away nicely by RVA FC. And they get the counter going. Here's Zinkin. Ryan Zinkin off on the far side. And Gores, nice job of taking that ball away. And the ball is played back in the box. I believe number 4 is into the contest, Dan Laurentano for RVA FC. And a whistle and a foul. Yeah, Laurentano is in the contest. He plays his college ball at Virginia Tech. In fact, right there is a good look at Dan Laurentano. Ball was headed up near by Zach Carroll. Excuse me, number 19, Ganella, who's into the contest for RVA FC. Joseph Ganella plays his college soccer with VCU. Ball played back to Willis in goal. See Yambi. Tell him, Willis, just relax. We're in control with the 3-0 advantage. Ball played ahead. There's Callahan. Now possession for Richmond. Davis drops it off nicely to, there's an offsides on Hanley. Nice little pass that time from Francois. But Hanley was a step ahead of the defender, drawing the assistant referee's flag. There's another look at that. He wasn't offside by much. Good little touch pass right there, but you can see he's clearly behind the defense. And you can see number 19 there, Ganella for RVA FC, raising his hand, and the assistant referee concurred. Throw in for the Kickers. As Gores goes back to Yambi. Off to Willis in goal. Battle for that 50-50 ball. That was Zach Carroll for RVA FC. Now here's Hanley. Good ball for Francois. He's got some speed. Takes a shot, and Groban was able to make the save and clean up the rebound. Here's a look at Cristiano Francois. And he does pack some speed, I'll tell you that. Here's Roberts. Spitz sweeps it over to Francois. Ball dropped off as Callahan got a touch on it. Here's Roberts. Off to Yambi. Kickers in possession. Here's Francois. Takes a bump. Is still going. Ball played ahead. Here's Kicker still in possession. Ball played ahead. George Davis, the fourth, trying to lay it off for Hanley. And here's Callahan now. Francois. Surrounded by RVA FC players. Gets the return pass. Francois now off for Spitz and is easily picked off by RVA FC. And that is number 5 who's entered the lineup. That is Johnny Orlando for RVA FC. RVA FC in possession now near midfield. Pass off to number 8, Grove, and here's Zach Carroll now. And Lee Heads that ahead for Francois, but taken away. Ball played into the middle, dropped off nicely. Here's a shot, just wide. That was the first real good opportunity that RVA FC has had. And it was Orlando, number 5, that let it rip. Here it is again. Nice little combination play here. There's the ball played in, and then the drop off beautifully by Manel Bell. And then the shot ripped wide. There's a look at Johnny Orlando as he's trying to track down Yambi, and Yambi will play it back to Willis. And Hanley now chests it down and maintains possession on the near side. Here we are at Sports Backers Stadium in the city of Richmond, Virginia. Here's Francois playing it into the middle for George Davis IV, and he's surrounded. Ball pops out to Zach Carroll. Carroll turns away from pressure. Here's Zinkin. Ryan gets the return pass. And Hanley turned it over for the Kickers. Ball played ahead, nicely done by Yambi. And now Yambi looking for Willis, and Willis will handle that with ease. Getting a little bit of pressure from Manel Bell. Again, the winner of this contest will take on the winner of the Ocean City Nor'easters, who play in the PDL, and the New York Greek American Atlas. They play in the USA SA League. The winner will either travel to Ocean City if they should win, or host New York. This is one of 24 second-round matches going on tonight. And this is our game of the round here in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, 101st edition. It's the ball at midfield. Here's Manel Bell. He's got some time. As I mentioned, he's a goal scorer because he had the winning goal in last year's NPSL championship, which RVA FC captured, capping off a 10-0-2 record last year. Here's Zinkin. And it's the throw in for Richmond, the Kickers. Here's George Davis IV now off to Hanley. Ooh. Hanley fell on top of the ball, and Zach Carroll gave it a boot. And that has drawn the ire of Spitz. Here's a look at Hanley. He's still down. You take a look at the replay here. And Hanley will fall right on top of the ball as he trips there, and right there is Zach Carroll lined that one up, and Hanley is still down. And Hanley is slow to get up. See the referee, Mr. Carson. As I mentioned, the Kickers, the only Virginia team to win this U.S. Open Cup back in 1995. They achieved that. And again, have had tremendous success in this tournament. And Tashawn Hanley, who was just injured, he is a 23-year-old. And he helped RVA FC to that championship last year before joining the Kickers this season. So here's Jambi playing it back now in goal to Willis. Back to Yambi. 3-0 Kickers on top. Long ball ahead, and Groban heads it away. I don't know if I've ever seen a goalkeeper head the ball away. I've seen him punch it away, but he, of course, did the smart thing because he was outside the box. That would have been a handball. Here's Manel Bell being challenged. And the foul is against Callahan. There's a look at Mike, number 5. battling Manel Bell for that ball, and here's Todd Wharton. Now they're going to let Foss take this opportunity on this set piece. See number 8, Grove, right next to him. See if Foss puts this on goal or if he just tries to chip it into the middle of the box and hope that maybe Wharton can get under it and get a flick on it. Yep, he chips it into the box and it's headed down by Yambi. And again, headed away. Here's Francois. And it knocked off his foot, and then Gorez takes a look and then finds George Davis the fourth. He's got all kinds of room to roam. Getting a little challenge from Grove. And he just plays it to the box. And again, Groban way out. Bill Groban, goalkeeper. And that ball was chested out of play by Alex Lee. Here's a restart, and here's Grove for RVA FC off to Zinkin. And he drops it back now to Carroll. Ball played ahead. Here's Bell. Good ball. That's a beautiful ball. Ooh. Shouldered down by Roberts. RVA FC was looking for a foul. That's Johnny Orlando. That one was kind of borderline right there. Here's a good ball from Manel Bell. And now watch just a little, originally when I saw that, I thought it was more of a shoulder, but probably a good no call by the official. Here's a look at Johnny Orlando. Here's a long ball into the box. And again, Groban way off his line. And RVA FC will maintain possession. Ball dropped near midfield, but right to the Kickers. And here's Vercoloni. Luke was able to maneuver away from a couple of defenders. Now at midfield. Ball played back to Roberts. And now Willis will just roll it over to Yambi. Yambi off to Callahan. Ball chipped ahead, and running onto it is Hanley. And Hanley's got an open net. Shot and a goal. So Tristan Hanley gets some payback on his former team as he pushes the Kickers lead to 4-0. That was a good long ball. And then Groban again way out of goal. And once Hanley was able to control it, here it is again. Let's take a look at it. Again, a good long pass ahead. There's Hanley beating his defender, Carroll. And then Groban way out of goal. And then good patience here from Hanley. And Groban couldn't get back. You can see the celebration by the Kickers fans. So Tristan Hanley, who a moment ago was on the ground on top of the ball, and Carroll kicked it, and he was hurt a little bit, but certainly has recovered from that incident. And he's pushed the Kickers lead to 4-0. Here's RVA FC. Here's Zinkin. Let's pass off to Ganella. Good ball. Here's Bell with a shot. And Willis had to be alert there on the near side. That shot was ripped by Bell. Here it is again. Let's take a look at this. This is a good opportunity. There's the save right there, and you can see the ball stays in play. And Willis, I believe that was Johnny Orlando, was trying to make a run at that rebound for RVA FC. So they've had a couple of opportunities here in the second half, RVA FC. There's Orlando in challenging Willis, but he easily pushes it over to Roberts. Good ball played ahead. Hanley's on the run again. He's onside. Here's Hanley looking for his second and getting his second goal of the night. So back-to-back goals from Tristan Hanley. And the Kickers now have pushed their lead to 5-0. Again, it's that long ball up. And there it is. He just calmly, he's getting some pressure from behind, but he didn't panic. He just knocked that into the back of the net. Kickers enjoy the 5-0 advantage. And as I mentioned a moment ago, nice way of getting back at the team you played for a year ago. So Hanley with 2 goals. Samuel Lasante has a goal. Also Shea Spitz and Jason Yeisley. Those are your goal scorers for the Richmond Kickers. They led it 3-0 at the halftime break, and now they've increased it to 5-zip. There's Roberts. And Richmond the Kickers have stretched some of those long passes. I think RVA FC may be getting a little tired. This is, by the way, their first game of the season. And I think they've only been practicing for about a week, so they're not quite in game shape yet. Ball played back now. Callahan. Here's Vercoloni, takes a look. Vercoloni rolls it over to Lee. And good job that time by RVA FC with the steal and the counter. Ball played ahead and into the box. And trying to shooting and scoring. Beautiful move that time. I believe it was Orlando. Johnny Orlando. Yep. As he beats Joe Willis. And there's a look at the RVA FC side getting excited now. I think Willis was expecting him to shoot before he actually took the shot, because he made a nifty right there. I think he was thinking of a shot there. And when he did that little dip, it opened it up, and then he calmly put it in with, I believe, the left foot. So Johnny Orlando has gotten RVA FC on the board, 5-1. Orlando, of course, coming off the bench to start this second half for RVA FC. Here's Gorez getting some pressure from Ganella. Here's the Richmond Kickers now in possession. Ball played to Spitz. And here's a nice run by Francois. Francois trying to hook up with Hanley, but that ball slides through to Groban. Groban now plays it wide. And now the ball played back to Garrett Harvey. Here's Grove. Off to Wharton. Ganella. And again on the run here is Orlando. He scored a moment ago. Still going. Orlando puts on the brakes. Beautiful move around Yambi. And then Yambi recovers nicely to nudge it over the end line. It'll be a corner kick. Or is it going to be nope, now they're saying it's a goal kick. He made a nifty move to get around Yambi, but just couldn't keep the ball in play. Here it is again. He's quick, Johnny Orlando. Watch this move right here. Yep. And Yambi, nice job by Yambi to recover, though. As I mentioned in the USL Pro, he's one of the top defenders. Not many players get around him one-on-one. Here's Willis with the goal kick. 5-1, Richmond Kickers on top in this first ever matchup between these two. Whistle and a foul. Here's a look at Manel Bell for RVA FC. Remember earlier in this half, he had a shot that he cracked just wide. Here's Groban up ahead to Zinkin. Played back now. Ball being knocked around by RVA FC. Little stutter step. And Francois stayed with the RVA FC player. Now the ball is rolled over, getting a quick little give and go here. And Spitz flicks it over to Alex Lee. Back to Spitz. And it's RVA FC getting the ball. Here's Zinkin touching it back. Now over to Ganella. Ganella looking, tried to slide a pass through. Here's a follow-up and a shot, and Willis handles that easily. Good job by Ganella. That ball was just sitting there, and I think he was maybe hoping a screen was, maybe Willis couldn't see it, but good look at Joe, and Joe handled it with ease. Here's George Davis the fourth battling, and now here's Hanley. Hanley, a little bit too much on that pass. I believe he was trying to hook up with Francois. And here's RVA FC now at midfield. Still with possession. Battling off the challenge. There's a shot, and Willis handles it out of bounds. Johnny Orlando in a discussion with, I believe, Alex Lee. Callahan getting the return pass. Here's Francois. Try to get away from Todd Wharton. And now Callahan. Here's the ball played to Gorez. Gorez again. Playing it through. Here's Vercoloni. Lays it off nicely to Lee. Alex Lee. Just outside the box. Here's Vercoloni. Looking for a cross. Gets it into the box. Groban got a hand on it. Here's Spitz shot, and Groban had to make another terrific save. I didn't think Spitz was going to have any kind of mustard on that shot, but he certainly did with the left foot. You can see Groban's frustration. Here it is again. Well, that was a good build-up by Richmond. Here it is, Vercoloni. Watch this. Groban got a hand on it. I just didn't think Spitz would have enough energy to get some velocity on that shot, but he certainly did. And a nice job by Groban. A terrific save. Here's a look at Shea Spitz. He's already got one goal. He'd like to join Hanley with 2 tonight. Now, the 2 corner kicks that Richmond had in the first half, the Kickers had in the first half, they used the short corner, but not this time. Here's Callahan chipping it into the box. And the ball is played now by Spitz. Off to George Davis the fourth. Into the middle. Here's Vercoloni. Back to Spitz, and that's going to take a... And Hanley now, he might have bumped knees with Groban. You can see there's Hanley stretching that leg, the right leg. He came together with Groban. Looks like Groban's okay. Here's Ryan Zinkin now for RVA FC. Here's Ganella to Zinkin. And that was stabbed away by George Davis the fourth. I believe Richmond's ready to make another substitution here. And it is going to be Spitz taking a seat. Shea Spitz. Juan Arbeles is into the Richmond lineup, replacing Shea Spitz. Let's look at Lee Collishaw. He's just calmly pacing the sidelines with his team up 5-1. Callahan off to Francois. Here's Vercoloni. Rolls it over to George Davis the fourth. He's got an overlap with Sasha. And now it's picked up by Arbeles. He and Zach Carroll came together. It'll be a throw in for RVA FC. There's a look at Juan Arbeles. And Groban, the goalkeeper, who's been busy tonight. Ganella plays it ahead. Here's Manel Bell. He lets it go. Now the ball is played on the far side. Good overlap here, and it's going to be staying in play. And that cross attempt blocked out of play. This is the first corner kick of the night for RVA FC. Richmond, I believe, now has had 3. They had 2 in the first half, and I believe they just had 1 a moment ago. So Todd Wharton will take this corner kick. There's a look at Willis setting up the defense for the Richmond Kickers. There's Todd Wharton into the box, and it's headed away. Here's Grove settling it. And Grove quickly swarmed under by 3 kickers, and they come away with the ball. Here's George Davis IV, rolling it off to Hanley. Hanley, nice ball on the far side, and it's settled into the middle of the box, and Grove calmly nudges that away. Bercoloni heads it down, gets around Wharton, and then is knocked out of play to be a corner kick for Richmond. That was Patrick Foss that did a nice job of defending Bercoloni, who was looking for the kick, for the PK, but he's not going to get that. Here's, yeah, it is Foss. Now watch, that's just good defense. So a corner kick opportunity once again for Richmond Kickers, their 4th of the night. George Davis IV, and that ball is headed out of harm's way by Foss. And good hustle by Callahan. He's got some time and space into the box, and again Groban off his line, but knocked away by his defenders. Here's Johnny Orlando now for RVA FC. He's got some space, and Bercoloni got a piece of the ball, but he slowed him down. Orlando very quick with those quick moves. Here's Wharton. Wharton, his pass went behind. Here's Bell, Manel Bell, and his shot is wide. Bell was looking for a foul. And now Joe Willis, the referee's calling a corner kick. That's what Willis is up in arms about. Here it is again. Bell didn't get a lot on that shot. Bell was going to raise his arm thinking he drew the PK, but so here's Wharton. This is the 2nd corner kick of the night for RVA FC. Into the box, headed away. And Davis flicks it. Now settled by the Richmond Kickers. Number 4 there, Laurentano for RVA FC had a shot at that ball. Here's Jambi off to Callahan. Here's Bercoloni putting on the brakes off to Francois. Here's Arbelaise. Ball's played wide. Davis, George Davis IV settling it. And he's going to take a shot, and that's going to go well wide. A little frustrated, George Davis IV, the Kickers' leading scorer with 5 goals on the season. Wanted to do a little bit better with that opportunity. So here's Groban. With the goal kick for RVA FC. And Jambi heads that away. Here's Zinkin, or excuse me, Gonella. And Gonella is going to be whistled for a foul. And good sportsmanship as he checks on George Davis IV. So the Kickers with a free kick opportunity. And looks like Callahan and, yep, Callahan just drops it back to George Davis. Now Gorez off to Callahan. Nice job of maneuvering through some defenders. There's a ball into the middle, and it's knocked away at the last minute by RVA FC. It'll be a corner kick. For the Kickers, George Davis IV. Good strong kick, and it's punched away by Groban. Here's Callahan. Bercoloni lays it off to Arbelaise. Into the box, and that ball is headed over the net. It'll be a goal kick. That was Roberts, Hugh Roberts, running onto that right there, number 8 for the Kickers. Groban now will take the goal kick for RVA FC. He's going to play it short to Zach Carroll. Ball played ahead. And Arbelaez let that roll over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for the Kickers. Here's Francois. Callahan off to Yambi. 5-1, Richmond Kickers on top. They led 3-0 at the break. Added 2 goals from Tristan Hanley here in the second half to grab a 5-0 advantage until the shutout was broken a little while back by Johnny Orlando for RVA FC. In this first ever meeting between these two Richmond teams. Again, the Kickers, of course, play in the USL Pro League, and the RVA FC is the defending champs of NPSL, the National Premier Soccer League. And in their first year, they won it all with a 10-0-2 mark last year. Coached by Grover Gibson. Here's George Davis IV trying to slide one through to Arbelaez, and Groban will backtrack and so he can scoop it up. And now he throws it out. And falling down that time was Ganella. Ball flicked ahead for Arbelaez. And Arbelaez gets around Zach Carroll. Now he's got to run to the goal. Nice ball. And he just missed hooking up with Francois, but it's still the Kickers with the ball. That ball floats over the head of Hanley. And hustling to keep it in play. Good hustle that time. And then as Ryan Zinkin. Nice job by Zinkin to track that ball down. I thought it was going to be a throw in for the Kickers. Now the ball played on the far side. Looking for some help. Here's Wharton. Wharton. Nice ball off to Orlando. Johnny Orlando. Shot blocked by Gorez, and Willis will handle that. Just at the last minute, Gorez was able to get in front of that shot. Here's that opportunity a moment ago for the Richmond Kickers on the fine cross. Look, good strong cross by Arbelaez. He just flicked it with the outside of his foot, and it just missed hooking up with Francois. Arbelaez to Francois, and then right just over the head of Hanley. Good pressure from the Richmond Kickers. And they're back in possession, and Hanley is going to keep it in play. Hanley doing a little dancing. Now rolls it off. Here's Callahan. It's a return pass, and there's a foul. I believe that's Sasha that got taken down. Sasha Gorez, yep. And I think it was Manel Bell that clipped him. So Sasha is up, which is a good sign. And George Davis IV with the restart off to Vercoloni. He had notions of maybe putting one on goal, but instead went wide. Here's Francois, and that ball is going to scoot over the sideline for a throw-in for RVA FC. Sports Backers Stadium in the city of Richmond. That's where we're at tonight for this Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup second round action. It's the game of the round between two teams from Richmond, the Kickers and RVA FC. Mike Neville along with you. Here's a ball played wide for Gorez. He tracks it down. Good ball back to George Davis IV. Callahan avoids Manel Bell. Now gets the return pass. And again, is able to slip away from Bell, drop it off to Yambi. Callahan looking for some open space. Davis IV back to Yambi as the Kickers doing a nice job of just playing keep away now. Here's Roberts. Off to Vercoloni. Back to Roberts. Flicks it over to Yambi. Winding this one down here at Sports Backers Stadium. Yambi again with some time. Decides to play the long ball ahead for Arbelaez. And I believe he's been whistled offside. Yep, flags up on the far side by the assistant referee. Nice job by the Kickers again, just to knock it around and try to create an opening, and it almost worked, but Arbelaez was whistled for the offsides. Here's Todd Wharton now for RVA FC, and he was literally just grabbed and pulled to the ground by Hanley, and that certainly drew the whistle. Here's a look at Todd Wharton for RVA FC. Solid player. Looks like Zach Carroll will get the restart going for RVA FC. Gets the return pass. Got some room and space. Now drops it off to Ganella. Ganella, and that ball was knocked away by Gorez. And Ganella now picks it up. Flicks it through. Callahan got a piece of it, and now Yambi tracks it down. Yambi for Francois. A battle on the far side, and it'll be a throw in for RVA FC. Here's Wharton settling. Nice ball. Here's Manel Bell. And the Kickers win that 50-50 challenge. And the ball slides back to Willis in goal, and he'll roll it out to Sasha Gorez. Sasha to George Davis IV, and Manel Bell comes up with the turnover. He's got Orlando on the near side and waited just a tad too long, and good job by, I believe it was Callahan that came back and made the play for Richmond, for the Kickers. Here's a look at Manel Bell. And here's Zinkin. Off to Ganella, to Wharton. And George Davis IV. Played it nicely for the Kickers, ahead for Francois, but then Zach Carroll did a nice job for RVA FC. And here's an opportunity now with a whistle on the offsides. Here's the restart to Vercoloni. Here's Arvalez. And he'll drop it back to Hugh Roberts. Over on the far side. Here's Vercoloni. Nice job of Vercoloni moving without the ball to get an open space. And the Kickers will have a throw in. Unofficially, about 3 minutes or so left in this one. Maybe some stoppage time will be added, but I wouldn't think there'd be a whole lot. Here's Gorez. It was Hanley playing it back. Now here's the ball for Francois. He's onside. And Francois, open net, and terrific job that time by Garrett Harvey at the last minute. I was getting ready to yell goal, but it was a terrific play by that young man right there, Garrett Harvey. Francois was onside, and he had great composure getting ready to set that one up. Watch this. He gets around Groban, and you think, okay, it's 6-1. No. Nice job by Garrett Harvey. Good composure on his part. You can see the reaction from Cristiano Francois. Probably would like to have a little bit more pace on that shot, but you just don't expect the defender to come out and make a play like that, like Harvey did. Just a terrific job by Garrett Harvey. And there's a look at Hugh Roberts that ball just skimmed off his head. It'll be a goal kick for RVA FC, and Groban takes it. Ball played back to Sasha Gorez, and it looks like he's going to retreat and play it back to Yambi. Over to Roberts. I'll tell you, there's a lot of players when you're down 5-1 would have said, we'll just let that one go. But Harvey showed tremendous skill and tremendous heart in not letting this thing climb to 6-1. And here comes George Davis IV. Ball chipped ahead and onside. Ball into the middle, and a shot and a goal. George Davis IV with that run. And you can see the happy Kicker fans behind Groban in goal. Here's another look at it. Again, it comes from a pass ahead. They stretch the defense out, and then the beautiful cross right there. I believe it was Alex Lee that had that cross, and a good finish from George Davis IV. He has been a pleasant surprise for the Kickers here in this early portion of the season. As I mentioned, coming into the night, 5 goals in USL Pro play to lead the way for the Kickers. He's got 5 goals and 1 assist, and he finishes off that nice cross. And it's 6-1. The Richmond Kickers have pushed their lead back up to 5. Here's Carroll playing it over to Garrett Harvey. Harvey's got some time and space. Now Carroll takes a look. He finds Orlando, and Callahan just took it right off his foot. Ball played ahead for Francois. He's got some speed. Francois moving in, shooting. Oh, and a nice save by Groban. Terrific job. You can see how tired the defenders are. That's Garrett Harvey. He is just gassed. And here's another look. And Francois knew it. And look at the speed. But watch this save by Groban. Does a nice job right there of making the anticipation. You can see his frustration, but still a heck of a save by that young man. Plays his college ball at James Madison University. And again, you can see Harvey, who a moment ago made a terrific play, just running out of gas. So here's the corner kick opportunity. And Foss is able to knock that out, but the Richmond Kickers with more pressure into the middle. Trying to turn as Francois defended. Good defense that time from number 4, Laurentano. There's a look at number 14, Garrett Harvey. And, of course, also Francois a little limping. And there's the whistle. Bringing an end to this second round matchup as the Richmond Kickers jumped out to that 3-0 advantage at the half. Added 3 more here in the second half. They post the 6-1 victory. Here's a look at Lee Collishaw as the Kickers post that victory. So now they will await the winner of the Ocean City Nor'easters and New York Greek American Atlas. If it is the New York Ball Club, they will host the New York Ball Club. If it's Ocean City, the Kickers will have to hit the road and travel to Ocean City. That's not a bad trade-off, Ocean City, Maryland, for a next contest. So 6-1 is the final. As you look at congratulations, officials, of course, getting congratulated as well. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back and maybe take a look at some highlights and wrap things up from Sports Backers Stadium here in Richmond, Virginia. Once again, the final score, the Richmond Kickers 6, RVA FC 1. We'll be back to finish it up in a moment. And welcome back, Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. There's your final score, 6-1. The Kickers jumped out to a 3-0 halftime advantage, add 3 more, and cruise to the victory in this second round matchup of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup from Sports Backers Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. That's going to do it on behalf of our entire production team, all of those at U.S. Soccer. I'm Mike Neville. Once again, the final score from Sports Backers Stadium, Richmond Kickers 6, RVA FC 1. So long from Richmond. Thanks for watching.